What's the best workout you could do? What's the best kind of workout? Do you know? Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm so embarrassed.
Take your I can't out of here.
And that's 100% true.
This is the shit that I've done my whole life.
So what is the principles?
Squatting, like this, move weights all over the place, stop eating shit, because it's contagious. Weight training is a great way to burn fat.
If you're able to walk the next day, then the workout was shit.
Excuse me? What did you say?
We like it deep.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's great you failed. It means you tried.
I could feel like tears in my eyes. Like, you don't believe in me? I thought we were like best friends. Shh, never give up on your dream.
I have goosebumps.
Great.
Hi everyone. In this episode, I sit down with the coach who has different approach to training, combining calisthenics, Pilates, strength workout, and so much more. And I want to find out what actually works, what's misunderstood, and why so many people quit right before the real progress begins. Hi, Pete.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome.
How are you? Nice to be here.
Nice for me to be here. Okay, I want to start with the question that bothers me the most. I post a lot of your workouts, right?
You do, which I love, by the way.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. And the group videos are great, by the way.
And there is two groups. First group is saying, this is the hardest thing I've ever seen. I'm never going to do this because it looks so hard. And there's second group, mostly weightlifters, who would look at it and say, this doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do this? Why wouldn't you just do traditional training? So what would you say to the second group?
Traditional sometimes is a little bit boring for me. I would get bored doing the same thing all over and over again. You too. But I'm a big fan of progressive overload, which means that you do certain workouts in order to get results, and then you repeat it. You go through reps and repetitions. So if you do pull-ups, you can't just do pull-ups once. You have to do variations of pull-ups. You got a dead hang, you use a band, you use a box to get you there. So you got to continue to repeat it. But the reason why I don't do like traditional bodybuilding workouts is, do you want to look like a bodybuilder? Or do you want to be toned and shape certain areas? Do you want to be sculpted? I'm more of a body sculptor. And I look at you and everyone else like a block of ice. And it's my job to chisel away a little bit. And if you go to a weightlifting gym, they're not chiseling away. They're kind of like lifting. But when you do aesthetics, you can isolate a body part. You can isolate a body part so it could grow. And there's a question coming, I know, like with the aesthetics and stuff like that, but there's a place for everything. And I kind of put it in this place for all of you.
Can you kind of explain us in more details why you combine different approaches to training? Let's say we do weights with the heavy weight squat, and then we do Pilates exercise, right? Why do you do that? How does that work?
Because I'm not a meathead where all I know is one thing.
Okay.
I think I'm very cerebral. What's the best workout you could do? What's the best kind of workout? Do you know? Do you know what the best workout is you could do?
What is it?
They all have benefits. There is no, this is the best workout that you
There's no magic pill, right?
There's no magic pill. There's no, I'm the best. This is the best type of workout that you could do. Now, if you have a specific goal and you want to get to that goal, there are certain workouts you should do. That would be the best for you to do to get to your goal. But Pilates, calisthenics, kettlebells, weight training, bodybuilding, hot mat Pilates, reformer Pilates, bar, Zumba, aerial, they all have their benefits. They all have their benefits. Which one's the best? It's what's the best for you.
I love that. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, where you came from and what made you develop your current style?
I came straight from the hood. No, no, I did not.
We are in the hood.
I did not. I'm kidding.
I mean, this is the hood.
I didn't. I grew up in Bay Ridge, but what do you want to know exactly? Like what my training background is?
Yes.
When I was young, I joined the military quick, and that's how, and to pay for college, and that's how I started getting into training. It's called physical training, PT. So we had that every morning. I started running when I was in boot camp, and I realized that I could run far and fast for a long time. So I became a runner. I went to school afterwards for phys ed. I studied phys ed in school. I got my license. I got my degree to become a phys ed teacher. So a gym teacher in high school. I was a high school gym teacher for 12 years. Then
Wow.
I started coaching track, football. I started teaching weight training. I taught a skateboarding class.
Skateboarding class.
Yeah, we'll not get into that, but I did skateboard. I was teaching a class on skateboarding. It was a lot of fun. But I learned a lot as a high school teacher, had mentors. I learned how to teach weight training. I learned how to coach athletes, young athletes. So to start from the bottom, that's why I can take a beginner and make them into an athlete, because I trained kids and teenagers for a long time. And then I worked in a bunch of gyms around Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, South Brooklyn. I moved to Tennessee, worked at a bunch of gyms there in Manhattan, and I've trained at a bunch of different places, learning from everywhere I worked. That's just real quick. I could go into depth.
No, I'm sure we can talk about this for hours, I'm sure.
Too deep, no.
All right, next I wanted to talk a little more about each approach, just so we have a little better understanding, right? Let's break it out to Pilates, strength training, and calisthenics. What does it develop in the body? Like, why would we do Pilates versus weight training? What is the benefits of each one?
Just first of all, Pilates and weight training go really well together. Pilates is about lengthening, stretching, adding some tension, but learning how to move your body in space and being controlling your body, slow movements, articulating your spine, bending, flexing, extending, moving real long, stretching, lengthening. And that's great for weight training, because now when you lift weights, let's say you're doing a squat. Now, if you have impingements or tightness in your hips and you've been doing all these opening stretches in Pilates, you'll be able to get lower. You'll have more flexibility. When you're more flexible as an athlete, your chances of injury decrease. You know how to control your body. Let's say we go jumping side to side, right? In the weight training class or in a HIIT class. When you know balance from Pilates, you have single leg balance. We also practice it in weight training, but Pilates teaches you how to control your body. Now, when you go to weight training, you know how to control your body. Now you can control the weight even better. And it goes very well together.
I wanted to ask you, what if somebody is doing only weight training and they don't have a range of motion? Like they don't have flexibility. What does that mean for them? That means they're not going to be able to do the exercise properly? Or how does that work if they don't stretch at all, like zero?
First of all, they should stretch. And if they don't want to stretch, that's on them. Well, they'll have a decreased range of motion. They'll have decreased flexibility, and their increase for injury. They'll increase their chance for injury. It'll go higher. Can they do the movements in weight training correctly? Sure. Will they be able to go as deep in a certain movement? It depends on what they're trying to get, but you don't want to walk, you'll become stiff and rigid. If that's what you want, then that's what you want. But if you want to walk around with a lot of muscle, but no flexibility, when you're older, it's not going to be beneficial.
Long term, that's not.
Long term, when you become an older man or woman.
What do you think is the biggest mistake people make in training?
The biggest mistake is not being consistent.
Not being consistent, I
wouldn't say that's a mistake, but if you have goals and you want to reach certain physical goals, body goals, mental goals, fitness goals, if you're not consistent, then there's your first mistake.
How can somebody learn to stay consistent? Is that a skill we can develop, or is that something that is given?
You got to find your why. It comes from within. You got to come to a point where, yes, I want to show up every day for myself. You have to want it for yourself. And they say that if you do something consistently for at least 21 days, it builds a habit. So come to the gym at least once, twice a week. I tell people for their first time, what class should I take? And I'll tell them a few classes, but I'll say the most important thing is pick one class, stick to that day and that time, and let it become part of your entire, your weekly routine.
Okay, so to stay consistent, you need to just show up no matter what. Discipline over motivation, basically.
Discipline over motivation is perfect. Always. Discipline over motivation. You're not going to feel motivated all the time. And that's when discipline kicks in. Discipline is all the time. Motivation is not all the time.
Do you think there is a way that you can train hard, but don't look good? Like look the same? Or even worse sometimes?
You can overtrain.
Overtrain?
Sure. You can overtrain. You can overtrain instead of progressing, you regress. Yes,
Can we talk a little more about that? What does overtraining means?
Let's say you're taking 2 classes a day. You're going to the gym for hours out of the day. You're you're working out, you're doing cardio, you're doing a weightlifting session, you're doing cardio, you're doing another modality, maybe, you know, Pilates class
Okay.
in one day. You're taking too many HIIT classes all the time.
Okay.
You're going to the same Pilates class and maybe it's the same movements all the time and you're not constantly being challenged. You're going to plateau. You won't go up, you may not go down, but you won't see any results. You'll stay the same. You can lift too much and not have enough rest, and then you could get injured. You could do too much cardio, not do any weight training, and then your bones are not strong. Weightlifting is good for your bones, especially as a woman. As you get older, the risk for women in osteoporosis increases tremendously, especially for women. Now, if you start lifting weights and putting tension on your bones, you start decreasing the risk of getting osteoporosis as you become older.
Is that possible that if you train really hard, you're not going to have results? So what you're saying is the rest and recovery is as important as the training, right?
It's super important. Yeah, you'll get results. You're training hard, you're going to get certain results. But I've seen people train hard and not look good, and consistently train hard, because they go to their workout and not take it seriously. It's kind of like, I'm checking the box.
Right.
I just want to sweat. It's not hard to get a sweat in. You could go to a hot class. You could jump around. You could do burpees. You could move weights all over the place. You could do crazy shit. And your heart rate will be up. You'll be sweating. But what did you really do? I'm a big person of quality over quantity.
I know people who go to the gym for 3 hours in a day, 5 days a week, and they're very proud of that. But probably it's not always the best idea, I guess.
You're going to the gym 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 3 hours a day or whatever. What are you doing at the gym though? Are you just checking a box that you went? Are you moving from one workout machine to the next? Are you on your phone? Are you bullshitting half the time? Are you doing basic 3 sets of 10? You hit your 10th rep. You're not even feeling a burn, but you're just getting it in. You're just maintaining. Well, you're not gonna know.
Since you mentioned that, you're doing basic, you a lot talk about feeling the muscle that you're working. I'm gonna jump to a little different question, but still, you know, you tell us, put your arm on your back so you can feel what you're working on and think about it. Why is that important?
Right, it's called the mind to muscle connection. And then like, you don't really gotta think about flexing your bicep, right? Kind of just flex your bicep. Now, when you're doing a bicep curl, you flex your bicep.
Right.
You flex. Now you can flex almost every part of your body. So let's say when we're doing lunges. So when people lunge this way and they're down and up, now it's more quads. Now I want you to work on your glutes, because we do a lot of glutes and that's what girls want. So I'm gonna have you hinge forward. Let's switch this way. I have you hinge back, put your hand here, and now you can feel the stretch. And on the way up, you can feel it get tight. So I want you to have your hand here so you know that we're not trying to feel it here. We're trying to feel it here, and we're going to connect our mind to our muscle and start to feel the muscle working and make little adjustments that are necessary.
And that helps with reaching the result, right? Because you're working the specific muscle and you're thinking about it.
And you're thinking about it. I want to teach you how to work out, and you go to Miami. You go on vacation, you go to a class, you go to a hotel gym, you go on vacation, whatever, and you know how to work out properly. You can get results by doing your own workout. You can go to a class, another class, and you know what's good, what's not good. You know how to do the movements. I'm here to teach you how to work out for life.
And I'm going to be an example of this, because every time I go to somewhere else, in Miami, Pilates, whatever the class is, trainer asks me, what do you do? How do you train? Because I can basically do anything. I went to Pilates for the first time in my life and I was good at it, right? Because I didn't know about it. And the person asked me, where do you train? Where do you do Pilates? I'm like, I don't do Pilates, right?
But I'm gonna teach you balance, right? Don't we go on a board in class sometimes and we're balancing on the board?
And
don't I have you on your toes, sometimes holding it on your toes, doing rotations, the little hero boards that we have back here, right? I have you sliding the hero boards. It's similar to a reformer. And that's where my hybrid style comes in. I'm gonna always have you pulling, I'm gonna have you pushing, I'm gonna have you rotating, I'm gonna have you balancing, I'm gonna have you going from one side to another side. I'm gonna have you doing all the things for life, to know how to move healthy, know how to move in space properly.
When I show up to a different class anywhere, I feel confident, right, in myself, that I'm going to be able to do whatever the hell they have, whatever the hell they're doing. So I love that.
Just to bounce off of that real quick, before I built the gym, when I was building the gym, when I wanted to start my own gym, my main goal, one of the main goals, was to be able to teach people so well that they could go anywhere and be one of the best people in the class because they know how to move their body. They know so much that they can help other people and eventually teach here or teach somewhere else. And that's exactly what's been happening.
Love that. That's been happening a lot. And by the way, a lot of people who train here become trainers.
Become trainers, yeah, because I want to teach you so
And they're
well.
good at it.
And they're good at it. They're great at it.
Yeah.
They become great at it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, since we talked about blind and body connection or muscle connection, you use the phrase, when it burns, it works a lot. Can you talk a little bit about what's actually happening in the muscle when we have that burning sensation?
Well, people think it's like lactic acid buildup, but when your muscle really burns, it's like hydrogen going to.
Okay.
I always keep grabbing my glutes because I want your glutes to burn the most because everybody wants to grow their glutes. But the burn is your muscle under stress and fatigue. That's what's happening. So a lot of movements we do, I have you going to muscle failure.
Okay.
Because we don't do a lot of heavy weight. Now, if I have you doing heavy deadlifts to failure, heavy back squats to failure, I would be a bad coach. You know, I don't want, unless you're trying to practice for something, but I'm not doing that in a class. But if we're doing body weight lunges, if we're doing body weight squats, and, you know, if we're doing banded anything, I want you to maximize your reps because we are not here to do 3 sets of 10. You could go to your own gym and do that. We're here to keep going until it burns. Now, when that happens, your muscle is under stress and fatigue and it's reaching its limit. And once you start reaching its limit, that means you're pulling on the muscle fibers, you're ripping the muscle fibers, and you're also pushing blood into that area. So when you get fatigued, you're at the limit. And when you're at the limit, your muscle, you rest and it's gonna grow and repair back stronger. Now, if you're going to failure doing push-ups versus someone who just does sets of 10, who you think is gonna be stronger in that?
Right. So to be clear, when you do heavy lifting, you don't need to go to that point, to the failure point?
No. If you're doing heavy powerlifting, there's a powerlifting sets of like 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 7, 6 sets of 4. There's different pyramid schemes that you could, do a set of 10, do a set of 8, do a set of 6, do a set of 4, gradually increasing the weight. And I spend a lot of time in bodybuilding gyms, teaching weight training, and you do that. But that's for a lot of guys, a lot of men, and women are not trying to be big bodybuilders. I train to the demographic. I train to the area. I train to the people in front of me. If I was training a bunch of guys in the gym, the workouts would look totally different. And I could do that because I have tons of experience. I know many different workouts and I know how the body moves. And I went to school, I graduated, I got degrees, certifications and all that. So I use all that stuff. But
so there is really no one approach to everybody. You cannot train women the same as men, right?
No, why would you want to? Do you want to train the same as a man?
No, but I know if I go to the regular gym,
they're going to train you like a man.
They do the same exact thing. Like you train 5 women, 5 men, and they train the same. So that's why I said that.
When I was a teacher in high school, there were certain students that had individualized education programs.
Okay.
Individualized instructions for certain students. And you had a bunch of kids that had different needs in the class. How do you approach that? It's very hard. It's very hard. So you're teaching a big lesson, but this kid has a certain learning disability maybe, or something holding them back, or they're not at a certain level. This kid is very advanced, so how do you teach to the whole class? So you got to individualize instruction. So I brought that approach into teaching. You're at a certain level, someone else is a beginner, someone else is out of shape, someone has a knee injury, someone hurt their shoulder, someone is in peak physical condition.
Right.
How do I teach to everyone? So I pick and choose, and I know so many different workouts, how to make it harder for you and easier for someone else.
So just to come back to that muscle burn, do I have to reach that point in order to see result?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
But if I do reach that point, the results are going to be better?
Depends on what we're doing.
If I do body weight.
If we're doing body, yeah.
I have to get there.
If you're doing body weight to failure, yeah, especially you would
I do everything.
You'd be advanced. You're advanced. Now, if you just started working out, and you came to me, Pete, I want to train. Am I going to start pushing you to body failure in certain movements? Maybe holding a wall sit to failure. So you're a beginner, your legs start shaking, you're holding a wall sit, hold the wall sit, I'm gonna make you hold that to failure. Am I gonna make you do, bar squats to failure? No, I'm not gonna make you do that as a beginner. Am I gonna make you do just the bar for failure? I might.
For somebody who's training at home, let's say they've never been at the gym in their life and they're training at home and they're doing squat, whatever they're doing, I don't know. But anyway, they're working out at home. Do they need to train to failure? Do they need to push themselves?
That's a blanket. That's a blanket. That's like to someone that's working out at home.
Yeah.
There's so many people that work out at home. But what is your goal? Your goal working out at home might be completely different than my goal working out at home. What's your goal?
The goal is, well,
what's your goal? But if you're talking about like people at home, what's your goal?
Yes. I know a lot of people who they're afraid to go to the gym, let's say, or they don't think it's necessary. So they do YouTube workout, 15 minutes ab workout, and they want to have abs.
I got you.
Yeah.
If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Okay.
So if you're going to go home and do a YouTube workout or with an online trainer, find a video, find a workout routine that's going to constantly challenge you. And challenge you by not switching up the workout all the time, because that's more like confusing you. Challenge you with, all right, last week we did 10, this week we're doing 20. We're lifting 20 pounds now. Last week we did 5, this week we're doing 10.
Okay.
We're gonna do the same workout, but now let's see a little bit more weight. Let's see a little bit deeper range. Let me see you hold that a little bit longer this time. And that's why I'm a big fan of pick a coach, find the coach, find someone that you could be consistent with and stick with them.
Okay.
So that you could they learn your body. And that's one of the best approaches you could do. If you're at home, find a trainer that challenges you, find YouTube video channel that challenges you, that you enjoy first, and then take it from there. Because if you don't like it, then you're not going to be consistent with it.
So do you think person has to do something they like? Because I'm going to explain why I'm asking that. I have a lot of girls, friends, who say, oh yeah, I have a lot of girlfriends who wants to go.
You can cut that one out, cut that part out.
No, we'll keep everything. Okay, so they say, I want to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym.
What gym? Which gym? What kind of gym?
And they mean by regular gym.
Like membership, you go to the gym and you work out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to start going to the gym. And I tell them, why do you think you need to go to the gym? Maybe try Pilates, dancing. I don't know what, there's so many things, but there's that approach in people's mind. It's only regular gym that I have to do. So what are your thoughts on that? So the person has to like what they do?
Movement is life. Once you stop moving, you start dying. This is why you see people who retire and they stop working and they just sit at home and they don't live too long after they retire.
They kind of give up.
Movement is life. Now, if you want to feel alive, start moving. Go to Zumba. Go to a dance class. Go to a HIIT class. Go to whatever. Start rock climbing in a gym. Do something. Go hiking.
Right.
Start moving your body.
You don't need to go lift weights, right?
Not yet. Should you lift weights? Yes. Weightlifting is very good for you. Do you need to do it 5 times a week? Are you trying to compete in a competition? Yeah, you got to go to the gym all the time and lift weights.
But if you just want to be kind of like healthy and toned.
Twice a week, lifting weights. Once a week, doing Pilates. Go for walks, get your steps in, go for a hikes, take a dance class. If just moving and feeling healthy is what you want. And then you find what you love to do and you like, oh, this is working for me, this is taking for me, then be consistent with that and continue.
Okay.
It's a journey. You got to find what works for you. I didn't start teaching Pilates when I started training. This happened because I had an injury, so I had to go and pivot, and I had to find something different, find what works.
Everything happens for the reason, huh?
Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, you gotta really find what works for you. I know the gym, the fitness scene is very overwhelming for people. Where should I go? I gotta go to the gym, I gotta do that. Just start moving with what you love to do. Have fun with it, and then it'll get serious, you'll find what you like, and you take it from there.
Since you said weightlifting is very good for you, I know again, people, there's people who said, I don't want to lift weights. Oh my God, I'm going to look bulky. I'm going to look like a man. I don't want to lift weights. Can we explain it to people that if you lift 5 pound weight, you're not going to become a bodybuilder?
You're not going to become bulky lifting a 5. If you want to look like a bodybuilder, isolate muscles. They isolate muscle groups. They'll have a chest day. They'll have arms and back. You know, maybe just back. They'll have a leg day, maybe just legs, maybe quads and hamstrings or whatever they'll do. They'll break it down, and that's a lot of guys that'll do that. And then they'll hammer away at different variations, maybe 5 different workouts for the same muscle group, you know, at different reps and sets. And they continue, they'll do that same workout for 3 months.
Right.
They'll take a week, 2 weeks off, and then they'll switch it a little bit and they'll do another unit, you know, workout for another 6 to 8 weeks. Now, if that's what you do, you're gonna look bulky. If you have a trainer and they're making you do heavy squats, they're making you do heavy deadlifts, they're making you do chest presses. If I made you do that, you're gonna start looking boxy and big. But if you go to the gym, you gotta find, and if you don't have a trainer and you're on your own, find workouts, lift lightweight, and there's plenty of things that you could do in the gym that are so good for you and not going to get you bulky like a man or a bodybuilder, but it's going to be very beneficial for your body.
What are the benefits? We talked about bone density, obviously growing muscle. What else?
Your grip strength.
Okay.
There's been studies that show that the better your grip strength is, it shows that you'll live a longer life.
Really?
This is why I have you hanging from bars, doing farmer carries, things like that.
Wow, okay.
And if you have more muscle on your body, you're less prone to different types of injury. You work in the gym, you can work on different types of weighted mobility, it's endless. You should do some type of plyometrics. Plyometrics are explosive movements. Once a week where you're jumping, you know, once a week where you're running,
and why
sprinting.
do we need to do that?
You get your body moving in different planes of motion. Okay, like if you stop jumping, what happens if you're crossing the street and you kind of got to jump out of the way, you know, and do an explosive movement? This translates to life. You know, what if you got to move fast out of the way of something and you never do that? You're more likely to be injured or to get hurt because you can't move out of the way. You don't know, you're not agile enough. You know, and the older you get, we'll start changing things. If I'm training someone that's 60, I'm not going to have them doing heavy box jumps. I'm going to have them step up,
right,
step down. Maybe do something like this, you know, just to get your body moving in that dynamic.
Okay. And okay, we talked about training hard in gym and everything like that. Next day, I know that there is a belief that you need to be sore. You need to die. If you're able to walk the next day, then the workout was shit. So is that true that you have to feel sore the next day? Why?
No,
what happens? Actually, I feel sore. What is it? What's happening in my muscle?
When you feel really, really sore, it's probably something new. Maybe it's something new that you haven't done before, a new movement, a different type of workout that your body is not used to. When you take my classes now consistently, do you feel like
only when I take a break?
Crazy sore? No. And you take a break because your body starts recovering and now you're like shocked it again.
Yes, exactly.
But when you are you ridiculously sore?
No.
No, and my goal is not to get you really sore because the next day, how are you gonna really work out if you're so sore? Your body's so stiff and sore from previous day's workout. How are you gonna lift the next day? Now I can fucking kill you every workout.
I know.
I can kill you. I can make you so sore the next day, every day, but I'm gonna break your body down. And it won't, because you're gonna get injured in the future. It's not gonna be beneficial for you. You'll start overtraining. I'll start going too hard, and I've done that. I've done that before. So I see now studies show that you don't want to be so extremely sore the next day or 2 days, because how are you going to continue on your program? And now if I hammer glutes one day and it's sore the next day, it's delayed onset muscle soreness, which is usually sore the next day or two. That's fine. We stretch. Maybe we'll do some body weight exercises. And this is why I have glutes on Monday, then again on Wednesday, and again on Friday, because I give you a little rest day. And then in between, we have upper body, total body. This is why I do the programming the way it should be. And you could do the programming like that, or you at home could program your workouts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest days and stuff like that, and write yourself a schedule. I'm gonna do legs. I'm gonna do a HIIT training day on Monday. I'm gonna do a Pilates class on Tuesday. Wednesday is my rest day. You gotta write yourself a program. Ask ChatGPT to write you.
I mean, now with AI.
You know, ask
can do
a
anything.
trainer, you know, DM someone, ask a friend that works out, you know, figure it out. There's so much information out there now. There's a lot of bad information.
That's the problem.
There's a
Right.
lot of like trends on TikTok and Instagram that are not really good for working out regularly, but they're good for just a video, you know, a challenge or something like that.
Okay, right. So just to be clear, you don't have to be sore the next day. It doesn't mean your workout was bad if you're not sore.
No, you could have a bad workout and be sore.
Okay.
You can. You cannot be working out properly and be sore. Of course, you're gonna be sore and be a little hurt.
So it doesn't
you
mean
know?
anything.
You could not work out the right way and be sore the next day and be like, oh my gosh, I had a killer workout. But if I look at your videos,
Yeah, I did.
you're deadlifting like this, you're fucking squatting, you know, like this, you know, we're doing lunges and you're looking all crazy and shit. And then you're like, oh my God, I feel so sore. I'd be like, you're gonna be broken soon.
No.
Or if I have you doing burpees on the floor in between workouts all the time, I have you doing crazy shit. We'll be doing one and we're gonna work out. We're gonna do an in-between workout. We got calisthenics. We're gonna do weights. We're gonna do all in one class. But I'll make you be sore. You want me to try that?
No, please don't try it. Oh my God.
The next class you come to, we're gonna do everything. Now, every now and then I do that.
Yeah, I know.
Do that, like on a Friday class.
I know that. No, like a few years back, we've had that when we do the exercises and we do burpee in between or something like that. We've had that. Oh, that's bad.
That a long time ago.
Yeah, like
because my style has changed a lot.
2 years ago, I think.
The things have changed.
I remember when the first time I came, the warm-up was so hard. I was dead after the warm-up.
What do you prefer now?
No, I prefer now.
I want you to be healthy for a long time.
Exactly.
Now, that's cool and that's fun, but imagine you coming 4 times, 3 times a week, and every workout, fucking hammering away at it. We're doing workouts in between stations. It's like not like I make the classes hard.
No,
enough.
it's fun, but I cannot do anything for the rest of the day.
You cannot maintain it for
it's really
for years.
hard. It's really hard.
Years. I want to train people for life.
Yeah,
that's the way. That's my approach, and that should be your approach too. At home is being healthy for life. What can you do now to have a long and healthy life? But if you want to be big and muscular, that's your goal for now, then there's ways to go about it. If you want to be slim and toned, there's ways to go about it. If you want just your butt to be bigger without your legs growing, because that's what a lot of females ask me. They're like, I want my butt to grow, but I don't want my legs to grow. I don't want big legs and stuff like that. Then I just isolate your glutes. And why do all the girls in the class, in the gym, have nice glutes?
I have a question about it, so let's talk about it. Nice glutes. I stay here on the class and everybody in front of me has this great glutes. Why?
So I use the bodybuilding principles that I've learned.
Okay.
And I target it at your glutes.
So what is the principles?
Lots of time under tension.
Okay.
So if you notice we do certain workouts for glutes, I'm gonna keep you there. Especially if it's banded. If it's something with bands, I'm gonna get you there and I'm gonna let you go to failure. And when you're at failure, I'm gonna be like, there's still not enough. Keep going. If we're doing like some banded kickback. I use rep schemes, like if we're doing some type of squats or the glute drive, especially bodybuilding style, do set of 10, go real heavy, and then rest, do another set of 8, add a little bit more weight, do a set of 6, add a little bit more weight, do a set of 4. So when it comes to the glutes, I use a more bodybuilding style principles.
So let's say, as an advice for somebody who is training on their own at the gym or at home, what are the advice to grow their glutes, to make it rounder, bigger, and looking better?
What advice?
What advice can you have? Yeah,
just your glutes. Let's be specific.
Just the glutes.
No quads.
No, they just want to have a nice round glutes.
You have to isolate your glute. You have to do certain exercises. Like should you do bar squats if you're trying to get bigger glutes? You can, but you're gonna also work out your quads and your hamstrings too. And your core. I think it's a great exercise. Bar squats, Zercher, front squats now. But if you're some girls are a little more dainty and want to be real thin, but they just want their butt to grow and they don't want anything else to grow. So I have people like that I've trained one-on-one or even people in class, and I'll take away Everything else, like compound movements, working more than one muscle at a time in a lift, in one lift. A compound movement is a bar squat. You're using a lot of muscles in one movement.
Okay.
But now I'll just have you, let's say, in this position, and I'll just isolating your glutes. And if at home, if you want to come, but you have to have someone write you a workout where you're doing this and that and do this, don't do that, do this and that. That's where a trainer comes in.
The main advice is isolate though.
Isolate.
Okay.
Isolate. Just target the glutes. Workouts that mainly just focus on the glute max. The glute minimus is on the side. You know, you could work on well, we could edit that part out. But yeah, your glute max, your glute minute, the muscles of your glutes, isolate them.
Also, what I've noticed, and I'm gonna ask you this, is that true that you have to work, let's say, from a different side, right? On a different, each muscle on your glute, because it's not just one muscle. So you can't just do squats and accept that your glutes are gonna grow. You have to do, I don't know.
Yeah, you see if you look at a picture of the muscular system,
right,
and you see the glutes, you'll see the glute max here, those big muscle fibers that go around here, and then, you know, that nice peachy shape. And then you see these muscle fibers too that go from the side and down, and those the glute minimus. And we could keep it real simple: glute max, glute minimus. And you could do like, let's say you're doing hip thrusts or glute bridges. That's a glute max workout. And you know, when we're on the bench,
yes,
and we're doing these, you know, abductions, pushing away from the body here, and we're pushing the pad out. That's the, you know, the glute minimus on the sides, those side muscles, and then you got those big muscles. And yes, there you should do
different approaches to that training,
different
right?
movements, different variations.
Yes. And that what helps to make that shape.
Yes, you can sculpt it. Now I can give you a workout, but you're gonna have to pay for that one. So I'm not gonna tell you exactly what to do, but the proper programming for you goes a long way. And that's the difference. That's why I tell people not to call me a trainer, to call me a coach. Because I will program a workout for you that'll get you the exact workouts you want. And if you want that, you want exact workouts, you got to find someone that can lead you in that direction. And not everybody can lead you in that direction. And most men don't really know how to train women in that fashion a lot. Like, they're gonna just do heavy bar squats for glutes. It will get your glutes bigger, but it will get your legs. They're gonna do deadlifts, heavy sumo deadlifts, heavy shit. It will get you bigger, but it's gonna get other things bigger too. Because if you're holding a bar and you're doing heavy lifts like this, your legs are gonna get bigger. Yeah, your glutes are gonna get bigger, but so are this. And you're holding a bar, so it's pulling on your traps too, and your upper body, and everything else is tight. That's a big movement. So your traps eventually are gonna get bigger from pulling on a long bar. And that's not what I would do for just glutes. It's more like smaller, isolated movements. I love to do just glutes, isolated workout on a mat.
On a mat.
With a
like
dumbbell.
the body dumbbell, okay.
And body weight, and a dumbbell, and some bands, and I'll just go to work. And you'll be walking out of here like, ooh. But then I like to do machines and bigger movements to add more mass. Mass to it. So I'll put you on the glute drive and have you doing something called a cast glute bridge. So I'll have you have the bar here or something, and you know these glute bridges where you scoop and squeeze, scoop and squeeze. Great to isolate your glutes. Is this wrong? This is a hinge method. This is more like a scoop where people talk about scooping.
So what is the difference?
What's the difference here? This is a bigger movement, so you're gonna work more muscles. Here, I'm gonna also hit the hamstrings, which is great too, because you want your butt to lift.
Right.
So you wanna use your hamstrings, tighten your hamstrings, it'll help lift your glutes. Here, I can lift a lot more weight. Boom, but I'm also gonna work my hamstrings
Because you're using the
too.
momentum to the hamstrings?
You're using a bigger lever to lift the weight. Way smaller movement. It's gonna be harder to lift a lot of weight, but this is great to isolate your glutes. What I like to do too is maybe I'll have you hinge here, stop and squeeze, and then try the cast glute bridge for the last final 10 seconds or something like that.
Okay. Wow, see? It was a free workout demonstration. For more, come to Playground Brooklyn.
Yeah, there's a lot more where that came from.
Exactly. Now, when we talk about specific areas, isolated areas to train, there is a belief, and I hear that a lot, that you can burn fat in a specific area.
Spot reduce.
Yeah, so you can work in the specific muscle group,
Yes,
right?
you
Like
can.
let's grow,
Abs.
let's say abs, glutes, legs, whatever. Can you burn fat in a specific area?
No, you cannot
And
spot
why
reduce.
not?
Your fats are cells, are fat cells.
Okay.
So you're just gonna burn fat cells. Can you just isolate the fat around your midsection and be like, I just want to burn these fat cells?
Exactly.
No, that's not what's gonna happen. And usually the way it is the first place you gain weight is usually the last place you're gonna lose it. So if
A lot of people do that, you know, train abs and they think, I'm gonna lose belly fat because I train abs.
you train abs, you're gonna build muscle.
Right.
You build muscle.
So it's gonna show through your fat. Maybe you'll see a little
You'll get results. You're
Yeah.
gonna see results. But if you really want to lose belly fat, now you're gonna have to add cardio into your routine. You should have at least 1 day of cardio, at least 2 days of weightlifting. You could do abs almost every day. But the better you eat, the better you're gonna show your abs. Like, you don't want to have sugar. Sugar turns into fat. So if you have a sugary diet, you know, you're gonna have fat. You're gonna keep building fat.
So how does the fat loss work? Can you explain what happens in the body if I do cardio or weight? How is the weight loss? I can't burn just belly fat. So all the fat cells burn. How is that
Energy.
works? Energy, okay.
So, and then being in a deficit, like if you're trying to lose weight and trying to lose fat, you just have to be in a caloric deficit.
Okay.
So you have to be burning more calories than you're taking in. That's what a deficit
Is cardio the only way to burn that? those
No.
calories?
Weight training is a great way to burn fat.
Why?
Weightlifting, because your heart rate is up. You worked out lifting weights?
No, I know.
Lifting heavy
I
weights?
just see people
Does
at
your
the
heart
gym
rate go
just
up?
doing the running in the treadmill, burning like cardio. But that's
I'm
not
a
the
fan
only
of
way.
cardio once a week, at
Okay.
least. The minimum once
Okay.
a week. Get your heart rate going, running, sprinting, ski, roll, bike, whatever, like that. But no, lifting weights is a great way to burn fat.
So as soon as your, let's say, heart rate goes up, you can do anything really, and you're burning fat.
Yes, no, you'll start burning. Yes, once your body needs the energy,
Okay.
it starts pulling from the fat cells,
Okay.
and that's how you start burning fat. Doing cardio just to burn fat, sure, but you're gonna look thin.
Right.
You're not gonna have no definition. There's not gonna be no real muscle mass. There's no load, and you're not gonna be as strong and healthy. And you can lift. There's guys that do no cardio. There's bros that hate doing cardio and all they do is lift and they don't have no fat on them.
Yeah. They look great.
But
anyway.
they look great anyway. You know, and they have their diet. They have their isolated workouts. They know what to do. They do it properly with no cardio. They hate cardio. Cardio is great for you. You should do it at least once a week. Those guys should do it at least once a week. But you know, the way girls train, you know, a little bit more cardio is not a bad thing. And you can get cardio by, you know, doing a dance class. You can do a HIIT class. You're lifting weights and you went from one station to another station and you're dying in the middle of it, you know.
Now, why is cardio great for you? What is the benefits? What does it do to your body?
Your heart.
Just
All
heart.
right.
Okay.
And then another reason why cardio is great for body, like let's say bodybuilders, because it makes you more vascular. You have a lower resting heart rate. That means your heart is stronger and it's able to pump more blood throughout your body in one time.
Okay.
So you have a low resting heart rate. And when you do cardio, you know, you want to be able to, it's great for life. Your heart is pumping stronger, pumping more blood throughout your body, pushing more oxygen into your body. You don't think that would be beneficial?
No, that's amazing.
That's why you should do some cardio. And it burns fat, and all different types of cardio, whatever you like to do. People love to spin in the gym and that's their cardio, and it's great, fun cardio.
Is there a fat burning zone where you start burning fat?
At a specific heart rate?
Yes. Or like first I start, like, let's say running, and I run for, let's say, 5 minutes and then I burn fat, or I just burn fat when I start. How is that?
You can't just run for 5 minutes and think you're gonna.
You know how they say.
You start burning calories. We're burning calories right now. Talking, moving our arms, moving.
You know
our
how they say. Honestly, I had a trainer a long time ago, and I just remember from that time that, like, the gym, they said you have to run on a treadmill for 10 minutes before we start workout. That way, you go to the fat burning zone, and then when we work out, you're gonna burn fat. Is that true? Is there fat burning zone exists?
There's a target heart rate zone. There's a zone where your heart is beating at a certain level and you will start burning more fat because your body's working harder.
Okay, that's what fat burning zone is.
So that he was trying to kickstart you. And there's nothing wrong with warming up, and everyone should warm up. But I don't train with target zones. You can focus on the heart zones, sets and reps and shit like that. Fuck, go to the gym, get a good trainer or a good routine and be fucking disciplined for it. Stick with it. Stop eating shit. You know, stop fucking worrying about a heart rate target zone and am I at 160 fucking and my calories are 1,000, 3,000, whatever. Be consistent, find a workout you love, stop eating and drinking shitty foods, and there you go. Why everybody make us so, I want to know if there's a heart rate. It's great once you start being more advanced and you really want to get into it. But if we're talking about people that are just starting or the average person that just wants to, I want to look good, I want to be fit. Simple, consistent things. Drink more water. Don't eat chips at nighttime. You love to drink. Stop drinking those sugary cocktails. Healthier snacks. Switch out cakes for fruits. Eat yogurt at nighttime. Take little steps. Stop eating white bread or simple carbohydrates. Have more sweet potato. Put more vegetables into your diet. Things like that. And you're going to see a big difference. If you want to start counting macros, if you want to start thinking about a deficit, if you want to talk about fat burning zones, that would be more for the advanced athlete, you know, and you have specific targeted goals. But if we're talking about for people at home that just want to start, consistency and nutrition and a good coach, a good gym, someone to point you in the right direction, and that's it. And that's a great start.
Okay, well, I love that. Now, consistency and all of that is a key. And then there's also another key that I learned from myself, and that's being really life-changing in life as well. And that thing is pushing through the phrase, I can't, right? I learned that and it's been just amazing because every time I think, I even say that to myself right in my head, oh my God, I can't. And then I stop and I think, okay, that's my mind thinking I can't, but then my body can, right? So I have goosebumps. And then I have to push through that, just believe in my mind. And I really can.
You can.
So what are your thoughts on that? Why people say they can't? What is happening in our mind?
We're more prone to the negative.
Is that mental or physical? Do they really can't? It's mental.
That's mental. And this is why I say that can't is the only 4-letter word that's not allowed in my gym. Say anything else, any other 4-letter word you want or more than that, but you can't say can't.
That's true.
And it's 100%. A mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. And I'm always telling people, what do you mean you can't? You didn't even try. You may not be able to do it yet, but you say, I can try. I will be able to. Eventually, I can get it. Look at that. Now start talking to yourself like that. Now that starts to change the way your brain functions. Now, if you're always saying I can't and this, you become just constantly negative. And you're right, you can't. If you say you can't, you either can or you can't. Both are true. Which ones do you believe? And I will force you to choose the one that I can. And this is why people that are stuck on I can't, we don't get along. And you know what you can do is take your I can't out of here unless it changes to I can.
Oh, great. How can somebody learn to switch that mindset, to grow in that way, to say I can? Is that a skill we can learn?
Yeah, of course you can.
How?
Anybody, you have to self-talk.
Okay.
You tell yourself. And if you don't, this is what I'm here for too. So you're coming to a gym, any trainer or coach will tell you, what do you mean you can't? If any trainer or coach worth their salt anywhere in the fitness, if you come to their class saying I can and they allow it,
What are you doing?
What are you doing? What are they doing? What are they? That no one should allow that in the gym space. I can't. You may not be able to do it yet. You may be a beginner. You know, if I have a beginner coming in who's overweight and we're doing handstands in class, can she do a handstand?
Probably not,
Probably not.
but she can try.
Not to do a handstand because you're gonna hurt yourself. But there are things that you can do, and I know exactly what you can do or what to do to get you there. We'll take it slow. You can't do a handstand, but can you do a plank? Can you do a bear plank? You know, can we have some weights? Can we do something? Can we use a resistance bands? Yes, you can. I can do anything else to get you there.
So how do you know? How do you know when to push somebody and do it, or when it's better to stop, you know, so they don't injure themselves?
We have a training relationship.
Okay.
You've been coming to me for a long time. I've seen you grow. Now you've taken so many classes with me. I know how your body moves. I know what you can do, how much weight you can lift after all this time. And this is what we've developed as a athlete coach.
And if somebody comes for the first, second, or third time, you don't really know.
I don't know. I gotta get to know them. They gotta get to know me. And the more I get to know you, the more I can help you. The more I know what your limits are, what you can or may not be able to do yet, any injuries that you have, and that I could work around it. That's what it's so good to have a really good coach in your corner, because they know you, they know your body, they know how you move, and they know how to get you from point A to B. You could tell me that your goals changed, and I'll change the workout for you. I might say, take this class instead. Or while we're doing a certain workout, I'm gonna be like, Vic, let's do this because you're trying to stay away from that, right? So let's do this instead. You know, and then that's why I tell people when I come to you and you talk to me and I change something for you, because it's already in our conversation, I know what you need and you've been telling me, just say yes to me so that we could move on quickly and rapidly.
Let's say for somebody who's working out by themselves, how do they know when to push harder and try a bigger weight or more reps or whatever, or when it's better to stop? Is there a way to know like your limit?
Yeah, you gotta constantly challenge yourself and test yourself. If you're doing a certain weight, it's good to stay at that weight for about a week or two, then go up 5 pounds, you know, go up
So
2.5.
slightly to increase the weight.
Slowly. You always want to do slowly. You don't want, and that's the problem when you're working out by yourself, because your mind is thinking, I want to be over here already. But your body's far.
Or vice versa. Or your mind think, I'm not ready for this yet, but your body is actually ready. That happens too, right?
Yeah. Your body could be ready for it, but your mind is not. But that's why you gotta find what motivates you. You got to learn how to take control of the battlefield in your mind, take control of your thoughts. And you could do that on your own, or you have someone that helps you and inspires you and coaches you to that. Or you just podcasts, you know, webinars, seminars, things like that, you know, TED Talks, whatever it is. Find what can change your mentality.
Did you have people who comes to the gym and be like, I can do anything, I'll do everything, but they actually can't?
I've had that.
You've had that?
Yeah, because they come from other places or whatever, and they think that they could do it. I got this, I could do this.
Where does that come from?
Ego.
Okay.
Ego, you know, some people ego lift, you know, they lift with what they think they can. And I've rarely had someone come in saying I could do all this and that, and I can actually do it. Because someone usually that can do a lot and could do almost anything and be pretty good at it, and it's easy, they usually are more humble.
They wouldn't yell, I can do it.
I can do it. It's usually, so usually the people that, you know, that yell the loudest, that, you know, are the...
and that leads to injuries too, right? When you do too
much?
Yeah.
Too much, too fast, too quick, yeah, you could injure yourself. I would tell people first starting out or working out at home or in the gym, just pace yourself, you know, or maybe find a good online trainer or a YouTube channel that you can follow. And then, do those people have clients and athletes or people that have taken their routines, their online workout? Can you see results? What are the people look like? Who has taken their class? Who has taken their online, their YouTube channel workouts? What do those people look like?
So
do they have before and afters? Yeah, are there transformations? Yeah, do your research. I tell people here all the time, I'm like, just look around. Look at everybody else. You think we don't know what we're doing in here? Look, everybody looks great.
You don't really
consistent.
need to do any promotions for that's real. That they just have to come and see.
No, because you are promoting by how you look, how you move. You go to another gym, you said, and they're like, wow, Vic, what do you do? Where do you train? And you don't do Pilates, but you're pretty good on our former. What do you do? And now you're advertising for what we do here.
What would you say to people who is afraid or they don't feel uncomfortable to come into your class, or maybe just regular gym when everybody seems like know what they're doing, and I'm here for the first time ever, I have no idea, I'm so embarrassed, I'm afraid. What did you tell them?
If you're embarrassed, that's good.
I'm ashamed of, like,
people get embarrassed. Yeah, it's true, or ashamed, or like
right?
nervous.
Yes.
To be a master at anything, okay, we were just having a conversation about podcasting, and there's so many people in it, and it's your first time and stuff like that. Now, if you want to master this, you can do it once. You have to do it a lot of times. You have to go through those embarrassing stages. You have to go through the mistakes.
Right.
You have to go through the learning stage. And if you can go through those embarrassing first learning stages and you stay consistent with it and you keep growing and learning, eventually you're going to master it. Eventually you're going to be real good at it. But you have to go through those beginning stages. And any new journey, your first steps are the hardest. Any new journey. And if you're not mentally strong enough, if you care too much about what other people think, you're not going to go far. You have to worry about your journey and being okay with being a beginner. And once you're okay with being a beginner, you'll eventually become an expert if you stick to it. And that's what I tell everybody here. And that's why I have so many people here that are advanced, because they came and they were beginners. They started in the back row cycling with 2 left feet, couldn't keep a beat. A year later, they're in the front. One of the girls here that teaches, actually both of them, they started in the back in the corner, and now they're in the front teaching a class. They had to go through the embarrassment of being a beginner. If you can go through it and be consistent through it and continue to learn and grow, you are not going to be a beginner, and you will not be embarrassed for long. Just go through that stage.
I love that. And that's big, because I think a lot of people, that's what stops them. That's when they see a class, when everybody's looking amazing, they think, oh my God, I'm so
out of shape.
Yes. But then just realizing the fact that it's okay to be a beginner.
It's okay.
It's okay. And also, I don't know where I've heard the phrase, but when you were born, did you walk? Did you walk out of your mother's?
No.
Like, no, you
learned.
learned. You made a first step, you fall, and then you step, it's a process.
Right.
And I just love that mindset, that it's okay.
It's okay.
And also, I don't remember what exactly I was doing, but I tried and I couldn't do the exercise. And you said that, oh, that's great, you failed. It means you tried.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, that's great that I failed, because some people don't fail because they never try. They never start anything.
Yeah, and now sometimes people here, they can't do it yet, and they fail at it. I'm like, fail again.
Yeah.
Try again. Fail at it again. Try again. Fail at it again. Try it again. And then you start to become resilient. Your mind starts to be like, oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I'm not going to try again.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't get it. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. And you take that mentality outside. You didn't get a job. Fuck it. I'm going to apply for another one. I'm going to try again. Or I might apply again in a few months. You know what? One door closes, another door opens. That's the kind of mentality.
Yeah. And that stays with you. That's true. I don't even realize that at the beginning, but then I realized that it actually stays with me in life. I tried to do something and I failed, or it didn't work, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so terrible. But then I'm like, holy shit, some people never tried doing that. And so they didn't fail, obviously. But I failed. That means it's cool. I'm happy.
When I was younger, I heard a quote, someone say that true failure is never even trying in the first place. And that always stuck with me. He was like, you think you failed because you didn't make it this time, or you didn't reach your goal, or you came short? He was like, you tried. And next time you try, you're going to go a little bit further. The people that never tried, those are the true failures. And what I say to people that are nervous about seeing all the girls in here and people that look great and I'm scared. Would you want a gym full of people that don't look good?
Yeah, you probably don't.
Yeah, you could go there, and I'm sure there's not going to be a lot of pressure I put pressure on.
And you're gonna feel amazing at the beginning when you show up
like,
because
I could do it, I'm great, you do, but what are you really doing? You know, if you're in a gym full of people that don't look amazing.
Yeah.
You know, that would be scarier to me. I'm like, why do I want to go work out at a gym where people don't look amazing? You know?
Yeah.
You are who you surround yourself with. Your friends, you know, your family too, whoever you're continuing to be around, who your circle is outside, that's who you're gonna be, who you're gonna become. They have a big influence on you. So if you want to you want to get in good shape, get into a circle with a bunch of like-minded individuals that are in great shape, and let their attitude and their work ethic rub off on you. You want to be around those people.
I'm into that. Okay, so we talked about the people who is just starting, right? Who is afraid. What about the people who is working out, but they reach that plateau that you're talking about, right? They're struggling with the body image. They're working out, they look great, but they see themselves and they think they look terrible. Like at the point when they have to, I don't know, you tell me what they have to do, but at the point then when they work out consistently and they just lost the momentum, they lost the motivation, they don't know what to do next, and they kind of about to quit. What should they do at that point? At the point where you're about to quit, how do you push yourself?
There's always comes a point where you feel like quitting and everything.
And what do you do?
You have to really have a clear vision of what your purpose and what your goals are. Do I feel like quitting sometimes? Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore. No, because I've gotten so used to what I'm doing. But there have been things that have caused me to take a step back and really think like, is this really worth it? And everybody comes through that. And that's when discipline kicks in. Also, you said if you're working out a lot, but you feel like if you feel like it, you look like that's a mental thing. You know, if you're looking in the mirror and you're in great shape, but you don't see someone that's in great shape, then that's up here. And this is what needs to be fixed. Your image of yourself, your security, your insecurities about yourself. You need to change how you see yourself. Now, if you're getting bored with your workouts and your routine, then how about we switch it up? You know, how about we try different workouts? And this is one reason why I wanted to have a gym that you can cycle, you could do Pilates in, you could do weight training in, you can do cardio in, you can do a toning and sculpting where you're not moving around, where we're just not jumping around. There's mats workouts, there's station workouts, there's all different types of workouts, because I don't want you to get, because you be consistent all the time doing the same thing over and over, and anybody would be bored. Right. Doing the same thing over and over again. But that's why, you know, as my job as a coach here, I try to give you enough opportunities to do different modalities of training. Now, let me try Pilates. And that's why I'm getting certified. It's taken me a long time so I could teach you all how to do it very well. But I would tell people, you know, if you're bored with your workout, switch something up, change it up, go somewhere else, do something different, do something you never would have thought of doing. You know, try it, see how you like it. Take a dance class, take a weird class, something, you know, like, all right, with a friend, you know, just try, make it exciting again. You know, you never took yoga, try a yoga class. You know, you never did I don't know, that puppy yoga that everybody likes to go to, you know, like try something different. Go rock climbing, go with a girlfriend, a guy friend, go to a rock climbing gym, try something totally different that you never would think of. Go to a different state, go to a different gym, make a gym date, go on an outing, go visit some other huge gym somewhere where it looks crazy, a little class somewhere, go to a boutique gym in a town. And I'm telling you, this is the shit that I've done my whole life. Go to a little boutique gym in a little town in New Jersey, somewhere, go have lunch afterwards or before, you know, the next day or the next week, go somewhere else, you know, take yourself on gym dates and it'll become exciting again. You know, learn something different and you'll fall in love with it all over again. And it's kind of like a relationship.
Exactly.
Because it gets kind of stale and boring after a while. You gotta evolve with each other. You got to relearn each other. You got to grow with each other. And that's the relationship with fitness. It's got to be organic and fluid. You should grow with it. And as you evolve as a woman, as a person, as an athlete, maybe your goals change, things change, and you got to learn how to evolve with it and shift. And I've seen that happen with people in the gym. They go, they come back, or they try different classes and they stay with those classes, then they maybe come back to a class that they started with. You got to evolve.
What about
forever evolving?
That's forever evolving. What about the mental part of it? When you're about to quit, how do you pull yourself out of that place? Not you, or advice to anybody.
When you're about to quit
anything in your life, when it comes to fitness, training, or we're not talking about a job.
About that.
I just quit. And I think about it. I think for a week or two, and then I do it. But it's different.
It's different with a job.
Little different.
Yeah, you got to know when to quit.
Yes,
you know, you got to have something set up.
But
for
when you have a goal, right? Let's say training. Somebody wants to run a marathon, or somebody wants to go to bodybuilding competition, and they have a goal, but they're so they're getting burned out, or whatever happens, and mentally they're just out of it. They don't want to do it anymore, even though they have a goal. How do you work with that? Okay.
Reset
like
first.
Take a break.
How about you reset?
What does that mean, reset?
Maybe you need to take a break. Okay. Like you hear me say it in class. Reset. You know, take like, I can't do any more reps. Reset. Stop. You know, sit in a child's pose. You know, take a break. Rest for a second. And then let's get back to it. And that happens all the time. And I'll be walking around and maybe the break is too long. And I'm like, hey, Vic, how long are we going to reset for? You ready to go again? You know, like take your break. Breaks are good. Vacations are good. Sometimes your mind needs to go on a break. Your mind needs to go on a vacation. Your body needs to go on a vacation. Reset instead of quitting. And if you feel like quitting, you will. And that's when you got to talk to yourself. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. Even if something happens, I'll tell you a quick story. When I was younger, I wanted to join the Army as a lieutenant. I wanted to go to officer candidate school. And I did my package. It's called a PAC. And I failed the medical. Some crazy shit. I failed my medical, and something with my heartbeat, something like that. But I had such a low resting heart rate. I don't know, whatever. And I didn't get it. And I got so sad. This is what I wanted to do. If I would have became an officer in the military, I probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I sat down on the side of my bed like this, like about to cry. And I was like, why did I just fail my medical? Like, how did this just happen? And I was like, what am I doing? You know, I felt like I just wanted to quit. But at that moment, I don't know, something happened to me. And I got up out of my bed. I was like, I'm not going to feel like this. I was like, I'm not quitting on myself. What am I going to do next? So if the door closes for you and you feel like quitting, just pivot, you know, and if it's a real strong goal that you have, never give up on your dream. You know, never quit. I opened the gym at over 40. I've been training since I was 23, 24. I've wanted to open a gym since before 30. Mm-hmm. You know, and then for so long, I've had people, closest friends, tell me, when are you going to open a gym? When are you going to open a gym? I had people quit on believing in me. I had one of my best friends tell me, Peter, I don't think you're going to ever open up a gym.
But you probably never quit believing.
That hurt me the most.
Yeah.
Quietly, but me and that person, we're not friends anymore.
That hurts.
And I was like, and I could have wanted to quit there. I was like, you don't believe in me? I thought we were like best friends, and you don't believe in me? But you know what that did to me? That made me want to go harder. And I was like, you know what? I am going to do it. And I put timelines on by I'm 35, I want to open a gym. But it happens when it happens. As long as you're consistent and you don't quit on your goal, you have a direct, clear vision for yourself, you hold on to that shit. You hold on to the dream that you have for your life, and you don't fucking let it go. And if you want to quit, just realize one day you're going to not be here anymore. And do you want to look back on your life with regret? You want to be on your deathbed looking back at all the things you didn't do because you quit. Now that's how I look at life, and that's how you should too before you decide to quit on your dream.
Wow. Okay. And you said about the support, and it's been fascinating to me how many stories there is about people who are the closest to you they're the one who don't usually support you. Not usually, but it happens a lot that they don't support you. They don't support your dream. And when you grow, they're trying to pull you down.
Oh, like the crabs in the barrel theory? Like if you're trying to get out and then the other ones are going to pull you down? You know what
That
I'm saying?
is crazy, right? Because you would expect the support from them.
This is why. Because people know who you were. And then you're starting to see who you're going to become. But they don't see it yet. And they choose not to see it. They just choose to know the Pete and the Vic that has never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who they are. But you're like, no, I'm growing. But I've had friends, I still have friends that have always believed in me. You know, I have one of my best friends, she's always believed in me, never told me one negative thing. You're gonna do it. You need help, you need me to help. You need this, you need that. But then I've also had people that are like, I don't think you're ever gonna do it. You've always talked about it. When are you gonna do it? No, so it goes both ways.
But the most important thing to believe in your vision and
To
yourself.
believe in yourself, and you have to constantly talk to yourself and tell yourself that I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna learn. And you can't just manifest shit. You do. That's called the thinking. You think about it, it's coming to me. I'm manifesting it. But manifesting things without hard work, you put your mind to it, and then you put your fucking grind to it. You work at it, and you keep working at it, and one day you're gonna get there. Or something happens, and it's pushing you in another direction, and you pivot and you go with it. You go head along with it. Real quick, if we have some time.
Yeah, of course.
I hurt my neck. I have herniated discs in my neck, which caused me to stop cycling. The doctors told me you need to stop cycling because it's really affecting your neck and the position and my wrists too. And I was devastated. I love cycling. I love going to classes. There's a gym that I would go to cycle. Not here, because here I'm focused on teaching.
Right.
And then I go somewhere else so I could be focused on being taught, just kind of being gone in a class so I don't have to focus on teaching. And I had to stop cycling. I was forced to quit. Almost.
So you're not cycling right now?
Nah, if you notice, I teach classes off the bike.
Yeah.
Because it hurts. It bothers me when I'm in a certain position.
So what is the message? What did you learn from that? Is there anything you learned?
What? Are you kidding me? If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be doing Pilates.
Here we go. Wow.
How about that one?
Wow.
How about that one? If it wasn't for...
So that's why you started Pilates?
I took Pilates a long time ago, but I wasn't serious about it. I kind of like, oh, this is cool, this is good. I try it. I dabbled in it. But once the stuff happens with my neck, I didn't quit, I pivoted. But I felt like quitting for a while. I was depressed. I was depressed. This was 2 years ago. And this is when people saw me in a fucking bad mood here all the time. Like I was snappy because I was so depressed. Like when I got the news that I couldn't cycle anymore and I had herniated disc in my neck, and they were like, it was probably cycling that's doing it for you. I'm on the phone with the doctor and then like talking to a physical therapist too. And like, I could feel like tears in my eyes. Because I was kind of like, I loved it. I love teaching on the bike. I love sweating with everybody. I love taking classes. I love going as hard as I can and just having that mindset. Like I'm dying on the bike, but I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna go hard and I'm gonna push past it. And there was no feeling like that for me. And then it's taken away.
Wow. So would you ever start Pilates, teaching Pilates if that never happened?
I don't think so.
See, that's like a higher power telling you, hey, hello,
hey.
That's what you need to do.
But then it's also me I could have been depressed and wanted to quit. But it's me looking for another direction.
Another road to the same goal, basically. There's different approaches.
There's many different paths to the same destination. You know, you could go the long way, you could go the short way, you could take a different route, you know, you could take the highway, you could take the streets. So there's different paths to your destination.
I love that.
You got to be able to be rerouted, like the GPS. You know, let life reroute you. If you believe in creator, you know, the universe, God,
whatever you believe in, let it lead you, right?
Reroute you, and then do that with good intentions. People with bad intentions can still get good things, but it's better for you when you have good intentions and you're just trying to move the best way you know how to, and allow things to pivot you and self-talk yourself. I can, I will, I'm not going to quit.
Wow.
I don't even like saying the like quit. Like I'm not gonna.
There's
quit.
not the word like that in your.
Yeah, there's more. There's I can, I will.
And I
I'll
do it.
try, I'll do.
I'll do.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. So, as a closing, what is your message to the world?
To the world.
To the
My
world.
message to
Imagine
the world.
that every single person in this world would hear you right now in this moment. What would you tell them?
Oh man. You know, the first thing that came to my mind.
Exactly.
The first thing that came to my mind was I wouldn't say much.
Okay.
Actually, I wouldn't say anything.
Really?
I would love the people that I've know best, the people that I train. I would love to let my work speak for itself. I would love to, if I have to tell anybody, well, if you want me to give like a piece of advice, I could give a piece of advice.
Sure.
But if I wanted,
genuinely, what are your thoughts when you hear that? Yeah, on that. When I say message to the world, what would you say? So what are your thought process? What comes to your mind? Say nothing.
I want to leave this place, this gym, the people in it, the people teaching in it. I want that to be my message.
Wow. So you like grow a seed, and then the seed grows, and then
it grows, and we water
spreads.
and spread, and
that's how I see it.
I want to leave a legacy instead of a message.
Wow, that's deep.
Right?
Okay.
If I leave a note when I go and it's time for me to leave, and my song, my letter to the world is written on the hearts and on the lips of other people.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I want them to talk about it.
Wow. Okay.
The impact that I've had on you. Yeah, and then you could take it to influence your worlds, and they could take it to influence their world, and so on and so forth. I want my message to stay with you, to stay with her, to stay with him.
And it will. I'm sure it will.
So.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm sure it will. Anything we haven't talked about but you wanted to discuss or say? Was there anything?
No, I just believe, I truly believe that, I believe for myself that you could do almost anything you put your mind to it. Put your mind to it, put your effort and your work to it, and you can achieve almost anything. And I say almost anything because I believe that we are born with a purpose. You are born with a purpose. There's a purpose for this box. There's a purpose for the lights and the cameras. There's purposes for everything. Now you have to find out what your purpose is in life. What were you born for? You're just, even if you were an accident, like you weren't, your parents had you by accident, you're not an accident. There's a specific reason why you're breathing, why you're alive, and why you're alive during this time in the history of the world. I'm not a big fan of coincidences. I'm just here for no reason. Everything has a purpose. Now you figure out your purpose and you stay in line with that purpose and you walk towards your purpose. And sometimes there's forks or little ways you got to go on the road, and you just follow. You go with where your heart is telling you to go. Find your purpose and stick with it, and you're gonna go far.
I have questions. It's like very quick questions. First, answer that first comes to your mind.
Okay, that might be scary, but okay.
No, it's really simple. One exercise everyone should do.
Fucking exercise everyone should do. I mean, body weight squats or push-ups.
Here you go. Body weight squats.
Calisthenics, at least. It's body weight exercise.
Body weight exercise. Okay, well, I'll take that. Most overrated fitness trend.
Oh shit.
There's a lot.
The Tracy Anderson method? No, shit. I don't know that shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you should. Well, there's a lot of shit like that. No,
that shit is crazy. The overrated fitness trend. You know, I'm into moving. So if you're gonna move and do shit like
doesn't
that,
matter.
Yeah, you know, do that. I'm trying to think of what's like. What are some of the most ridiculous trends? I know you're up on that. Like trends. What's trending? What do you see?
What do I see?
What type of workouts?
No, the only thing I see everybody's doing now is what do you call that? Dima, what do you call that when you do paddle? Everybody's doing paddle right now.
Oh,
that's
pickleball?
That's like a trend, but I don't think it's overrated.
Nah.
I don't know what's overrated, so I'm asking you.
Overrated fitness trends. I mean, I'm not a big like what's trending.
Everything. So the answer is everything is good as long as you move.
I guess so.
Almost.
You know, I did
Almost.
mention a certain method that I've seen, and I'm like, what the heck are they doing?
What are those? What is that?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
No, what did they do? What were they doing that your reaction was like, what the hell is that?
I don't know. I've just seen videos.
Okay,
I've just
what
seen,
kind of
like
videos?
pulling bands from the wall and kind of like doing like just kind of like fucking flailing your limbs, and like there's no method. It's called a method, but I would like be like, girls are paying like $900 a month for that. Is $80 a class? Like, I'm not trying to talk shit on anybody, but that shit is wild. That would be overrated. That would be super
Overrated. Okay.
and expensive. But hey, if people are paying for it,
If it works, whatever.
hey, there's a
Right?
sucker born every minute. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Biggest mistake most beginners make in one sentence.
Not trying.
Not trying. Okay. Better motivation or discipline?
Discipline.
Okay. One thing people avoid but actually need.
Discipline.
Here we go. Pilates or weights if you had to pick one?
Both.
If you had to pick one.
Both.
Oh my God.
Pilates with weights.
That's Pilates.
Yeah,
Pilates
that's-
with weights.
Pilates. There you go. I pick one. Pilates.
Okay. When someone says I can't in your class, what actually comes to your mind in that moment?
What? What'd
If
you say?
someone says,
What?
oh,
No, no.
that's what comes. Okay, that's what comes to your mind.
Well, what comes?
You're not hearing it.
No, when I hear can't, I'm like, excuse me. What did you say? Yes, you can. You could try. And the first thing that comes to my mind is that word is like cancer. Do not spread your disease to everybody else. Keep that shit to yourself until you believe that you can, because it's contagious.
It is contagious.
Imagine me working out. I can't, and you're working on. It's like, shut the fuck up, Pete. Like, I can. Like, I don't want to hear you talking about that. What you can't do. I don't want to hear it in class. And that's with me. I don't want to hear you.
And that's 100% true. I've noticed that many times. If I work with the person or a group who is stronger than me, I can do more than I would do with the other group of
Like
people.
we said earlier, your circle
Yeah.
influences you. So if you're working out with a bunch
100%.
of strong girls, you're gonna be like, oh shoot, maybe I'm gonna try a little bit
At
harder.
least I'm gonna try. You know, if I fail, okay, I'll try again.
And if you're working out with an
at
I
least I-
can't group,
yes, then you're gonna be
Yeah.
one of those.
you know, you're gonna be one of those.
Or you're just gonna be irritated because you're trying and then somebody
And they're
next
not.
to you is just not.
Yeah, and
you're
it's
just
not
like,
good.
what?
Like I said, it's cancerous.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. We cut it out. We cut the we do chemo on it, and we either we heal you, and or there's the exit. And I can't.
I love
I can't
how-
is outside.
I just love how sometimes it's a joke, but you said it. I don't remember what it was, but you were like, oh, if you want to say that, then say it somewhere else. Like, you can leave right now.
There's the exit. You
I
can say
love
that
that
outside.
approach, that it's not for everybody. If you're not trying hard, if you don't want to, try and be supportive to others, be the best version of yourself once you're here. If you don't want to be that, just
That's
you
not
can
the
go
gym for you.
Yeah, you can go somewhere else.
No, and I'm not trying to get everybody so I could get everyone's membership, everybody's class
Yeah.
fee. I want a good culture. I want a good energy where you coming in here, a bunch of I can women, men, and well, mostly women, but I can atmosphere. And if you have a negative attitude, it's like injecting poison into the air, and we're not going to breathe that in. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you to bring that air outside.
It's outside.
And you can come back when you clear your air, or you don't at all, because we're going to breathe possibilities and goals, and we're going to achieve them. And if that's not you, I'm not for you, we're not for you, and that's okay.
And my biggest takeaway, I think, from this would be that a lot of people quit too early and saying that I can't and just not trying hard enough. Maybe your can't is just up here. Maybe your body is so much stronger than you think, right? And I want every single person who is watching this, next time you train or you have life situation where you say, I can't, to push through that, to try maybe a little harder, one step at a time.
I
Pete,
can't.
I can.
I can't. We
Thank
can.
you, Pete,
Yes,
for
you
this
can.
conversation.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Team.
3, 2, 1.
Team. Here we go. Yay.
Oh, that's great. Great.